Facebook, kind of showing you what we're doing. When you see this video, comment and tell me where you're from. When you tell me where you're from, I just love to see where, first of all, everybody is all over the place on the world, coming live into my garage of my home in the U.S. And also, it also tells Facebook that you're interested in what we're doing, and it'll show more of it to you. So tell me where you're from, and if you want to give a quick share, I would appreciate it, but only if you want to. And we've got people coming in and commenting. Yay! Hopefully I can keep seeing your comments. Hey, Sherry. So we got the Hubs, who is looking over on the YouTube channel, trying to get that pulled up. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to comment. He's going to tell me what your comments are. And I'm watching right here on my Facebook page. We're also streaming into a couple of our Facebook groups. So if I miss your comments over there, I'll just come back in and answer them. Well, so let's get to bow making. Who loves ribbon as much as me? Give me a heart or something. Do you love ribbon? Are you a ribbon addict? Like I'm a ribbon addict. I love, love, love ribbon. So what I've done is I put together a couple of colors that I thought would be really fun to work with. I am going to go ahead and zoom in so that you can see just a tad bit better. We are ready for fall temperatures here in the south. It is really hot. And I've turned the fan off so you can hear me okay. So you can hear me okay. I see it. Okay, awesome. Awesome. People are starting to come in on YouTube. I love it, love it, love it. So y'all let me know if you have any questions. All right, so the first thing I did, so this is my Raffia box, and I just showed my Wreath Making of the Month Club members how to organize their raffia. It's a hot mess. So we did that in our Wreath of the Month Club group, which, by the way, closes on Friday. We close our doors to new members on Friday. So if you're interested in joining our Wreath of the Month Club group, go to learntowreath.com and learn more there and join up, because when we close the cart, we close the cart. Then we don't open it up, the doors, until spring 2021. So if you're interested in learning more about wreath making and bows, and we do 5 to 8 training tutorials a month. We teach you how to decorate trees, how to do garlands, flower arrangements. I have guest designers come in, and of course we talk about ribbon and the love of ribbon. But that's, so if you're interested, go to learntowreath.com and join before the cart or the doors close, which is Friday. Okay, so I've got my wire ready and the ribbon that I'm choosing. And can we talk about this pretty ribbon? Y'all, I got this at Carolina Pottery. I love this. It just screams fall. It's got the sunflowers, and then we've got our orange. I think that it would have really been pretty to have some of the moss colored green, but I didn't have that. So I pulled over my burnt orange. I must have ran out doing our bow making challenge. So what we're going to do is get that. That's what we've got, a 2.5 inch wired ribbon. We only use wired ribbon for this, only use wired ribbon. So we got 2.5 inch, and then we have a 1.5 inch and a 1.5 inch. So that's what we're using for our ribbon. And now what we're going to do is pull over some of our raffia. I'm going to make sure, for some reason it's not showing me comments. Okay, we're going to pull over some of our raffia. So I'm just going to pull a few pieces of raffia out.
Had somebody ask to repeat the club information again.
So the club information, go to learntowreath.com. We had somebody ask on YouTube, learntowreath.com. Hun, can you just type that in the comments?
I can't because I'm not logged in. I'll have to get out and log back in.
You can't just comment on the video as yourself?
Nope, I have to sign in to chat.
Oh, okay. Learntowreath.com.
I'll try.
So I'm pulling over just a few pieces of raffia from my raffia box. This depends on how much you want. So you can use as little or as much as you want. let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strands. Let's just do a 10. 8, 9. All right, we'll use 9.
Learn to read.
You can do this as many pieces of raffia as you want. So all I'm doing is getting this ready, and I'm going to put it over here to the side, okay?
LearnToWreath.com.
LearnToWreath.com. Okay. Hubs is asking questions from our YouTube channel. Okay, now we're going to get our ribbon. I got my scissors. I got my wire. Things that I taught in our holiday bow making challenge. Get all your things ready. And now what I want to do is roll out some ribbon on the floor. To me, it's easier to roll your ribbon out a little bit. And that way you can use your hands to uncoil. Nothing worse than trying to make a bow and you're having to fight the coil.
Somebody from Louisiana down there. They need to stay safe.
Oh gosh, we've got somebody from Louisiana watching us. Y'all need to be safe with that. Is it a hurricane still?
It is.
Wow. Y'all be safe with that. Uncoiling. I'm going to uncoil this one. Hey, Miss Barb. I just probably did way too much. Okay, but I like to have extras in case. All right, so let me put this one over to the side. So remember, we're using wired ribbon, and we have our 2.5 inch, and we have our 1.5 inch. Just trying to make room, y'all. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with our 2.5 inch. You can use the bow maker. If y'all want me to use a bow maker, I can use a bow maker, but I like to use my hands. It's quicker. So what we're going to do is we're going to create whatever tail size you want. I'm just going to do about an 8-inch tail, but you can create any size that you want. Then you're going to pinch it into your 2 fingers, okay? So you're sort of pleating it as you pinch it into your 2 fingers. The trick with bow making is not to switch hands as you make when you're hand tying. So you just want to keep it in your one hand, pinch it into your 2 fingers. I'm going to lay it down on the mat and measure out the 12 inches, which produces a 6-inch loop, and then pleat it, and then twist. Lay it down on the mat to 12 inches, bring it to the back, pleat it into my 2 fingers, and then twist. Lay it down on the mat to 12 inches, bring it to the back, pleat it with my 2 fingers, twist. Another one. Let's do 2. Let's just do 3. Oh, let's do 4, whatever. 4. And pleat into your fingers, and then twist. All right, and this is where I cut from the bolt. All right, so we're done with this ribbon. I'm just going to set it to the side. All right, and now we have our 1.5 inch ribbon. We're going to do the same exact thing. We have a little streamer, and we're going to put it into our fingers and pinch. Hey, Fredna, how are you? 12 inches, which produces a 6-inch loop. Take it to our fingers, and we're going to twist. 12 inches. Put it into our fingers and twist, okay? And now I'm going to cut this. So we've got our X that we formed with our 4 our 4 loops with the sunflowers. And now all I'm going to do is maneuver these 2 loops that we just created in between that X, all right? The next thing I'm going to do is now my solid color which is down here. Do the same thing. Trying to decide if I want to do raffia now. Let's do raffia now. Let's not wait any longer. All right, so you have your raffia, right? You've got it gathered, and I'm going to do the same thing. Pull it back. Let's measure 12 inches. And then 12 inches. And now let's do this bow, this ribbon. Whoops. Got 1, 2. Whoop, got twisted. All right, and now we're going to cut. So let's see if this is going to work. All right, we've got 2 loops back there, 1 right there. We've got our raffia over here. And then we've got our 2 loops right there. And now we're going to twist it off with our wire. So you're just going to lift up your fingers. Lift up that one finger and put the wire underneath and wrap it around to the back. And as you pull the wire towards the wall, I'm pulling it away from me, and then I'm pulling the bow towards me. And then twist the bow. Sometimes people say that they don't get a good twist or tightness on their wire. It's because you need to twist the bow, not the wire. All right, so at this point is where you can fluff everything out that you want to fluff out. You're going to make sure that these streamers for your ribbon are going towards the back of your loops. You want your loops on top because your loops are what create the bow. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and move this loop, this streamer on this side behind this loop. Okay. And then we've got our wire. And so at this point is where you can come in and dovetail. Again, you can make your streamers as long as you want. You can make your raffia as long as you want. You can add your raffia last if it's easier to add it last. You could do the same thing on a bow machine if you wanted to do a bow machine. We've got our bow loops. And then at this point is where you can take and separate some of that raffia. I like keeping it long. Isn't that fun? Here's one that I forgot to trim. And then as you add this to your wreath, this is going to, bend a little bit more, so it's going to pull in some of these loops. But I love making the airy bows. To me, they're just more fun. That's just my style, so I like doing those. Pull this over here. Y'all like that tutorial? Let me know. Did you have any questions on this? Who hand ties their own bows? So all the bow making we do also inside of our wreath making of the month club group, which the doors close on Friday. We have our holiday bow making challenge in the group. So we've taught how to make 14 different styles of bows using multiple ribbons, from 1 ribbon to 5 ribbons in a bow. And we've also teach how to do a tree topper. I'm looking for any questions. I don't see any.
None over here.
None over there on the YouTube either. All right, guys. Well, let me know. I hope you found this useful.
The name of their website?
The name of their website, learntowreath.com. learntowreath.com. Learn more information about our amazing wreath making of the month club. Thank you, Royanna, for that comment on our bow challenge. Michelle's been intimidated. Well, don't be intimidated. You don't know what you can do until you try. It's only ribbon. You can't mess it up. So at any point, so this is what you could, just take your bow and add it to a lantern. This is a great way to get color on the, different place in your home. So you might want to put your what is this called? Lantern might want to be over on the mantle or the hearth, giving you a little bit of color there. And then at this point is where, again, you could just switch. The main thing to do is you want to make sure that you switch up the colors so that you have all of the color dispersed. But that's just one little way of adding raffia into a bow. Did y'all like that? It is cute. The sunflower ribbon came from one of my favorite places here locally, Carolina Pottery. I know they're online, carolinapottery.com, and they sell ribbon as well online. How do you determine which side of the loops goes on? So you always want to put your 2.5 inch, the thickest width. What am I trying to say? The largest width of the ribbon goes towards the back. So you'll notice we've got the 2.5 inch in the back of our bow, and then the 1.5 inch comes to the top. I made it super easy for you. It's all the exact same length with your loops so that you don't have to worry about, measuring different sizes or anything like that. They're all exactly 6-inch loops, and we put the 1.5 inch on the top. And you just want to mix it up, the colors, once it's together and on your arrangement or your wreath. All you want to do is just mix it up so that you have some of this orange over here and we have some of it over here. We have an even disbursement of our 2.5 inch around the perimeter of the bow, and then we have our 1.5 inch in the center. So then you just want to separate your raffia, and it just is a great way to add a little flair. If you sell these on Etsy, if you sell ribbons or bows on Etsy, they're huge sellers over there on Etsy, but this is something different that you might want to add to your Etsy shop. Let's see, any other questions? Thank you, Miss Judy. Do you ship to Ireland? No, ma'am, I do not. Patricia, you need to find some ribbon and make them yourself. All right, you guys, if you have any questions, keep commenting. I like to come in and answer. Remember, our Wreath of the Month Club group closes Friday. I keep thinking it's Thursday. It closes Friday, 12 midnight Eastern Standard Time. LearnToWreath.com to join in on our fun. So tomorrow we'll be making a wreath inside the group. We make 5 to 8 wreaths. So tomorrow we're going to be making another one. Y'all have a wonderful afternoon. Bye.